Greetings and salutations, fellow pilots. That's right, you are looking at the Consolidated B-32 Dominator Tier 7 American bomber. What a beast, right? So how do you get this aircraft? Well, you go in and you get the operation. It costs 5 tokens to get the operation, and then you go through and you complete each one of the steps of the operation, and then finally, once you're done there, you get the aircraft. So I have it, and I have got it here at specialist level for you, and I'm featuring it now. So this aircraft, being a bomber, it has no forward offensive armament, so it does of course have forward defensive armaments, 50 calibers, and let's see, it's got 50 calibers in the front, 2 on the top, 1 there on the bottom, and then here on the back. So all those turrets there, and you'll see once we do combat later, they do eat into enemy aircraft. Very high survivability, resistance to both critical damage and fire. Does have a low airspeed, but a good and long-lasting boost, that being 60 seconds. Not designed for maneuvering combat, that is certainly true enough. Effective in destroying ground targets by carpet bombing from a high altitude. Equipped with several powerful defensive turrets, as I've shown you, and carries powerful bombs. Let's see here. So we've got 12.7 millimeter front turret, 2 of those on each of these turrets here. So like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and then we've got 40 500-pound bombs that do 4,300 damage within a 75-meter radius. Oh, we've got 5 turrets, I'm sorry. Now, as I mentioned, I do have this aircraft at specialist level. There is no cockpit equipment to have. There is one airframe piece of equipment that you can put in, and I have chosen improved reinforced airframe, which I've enhanced and calibrated and all that good stuff. It has +7 hit points for the aircraft. Does have a negative of -6.4 roll maneuverability, but hey, who gives a crap, right? Because we're not going to be rolling in the B-32 bomber. Bonus characteristics, +10% resistance to fire, so that's really nice. Already very resistant to fire, but never hurts to have more. Other options would be reinforced skin, which wings and tails resistance to critical damage, but you lose aircraft speed. It already is kind of a slow aircraft, and we do need to get places. But that would be a perfectly reasonable choice, I think. Reinforced airframe, which is what we have. A lightweight wing frame, which increases aircraft maneuverability at the cost of hit points. Nothing we're going to do is going to make this aircraft maneuverable, so why bother there? Polished skin, which increases aircraft speed, but at the cost of aircraft maneuverability. I really don't think we need more speed here, honestly, because a lot of times, you know, when you carpet bomb, you need time for your bombs to respawn before you get to the other, you know, sector that you're going to bomb. So if you get there too fast, your bombs won't be up anyway. So I don't see much point in more aircraft speed. Which is why if you wanted to go with wings and tails resistance, you could. But I went for more hit points and the greater resistance to fire. Personal choice there. I think both are perfectly fine options. For the engine slot, I went with improved engine armor protection, which increases engine's resistance to damage by 22.5%. We do decrease aircraft speed by 2.5%. But we get an increase, and again, we've enhanced this, calibrated it, and we did get a bonus characteristic in all that of plus 5% tolerance to damage from AA guns. So, you know, this aircraft does take a beating from anti-aircraft fire, so it's good to have that. Other options would have been combined injection boost system, which would increase boost efficiency, but at the cost of boost availability. Again, speed not that big of an issue in this aircraft, I would say. Lightweight power unit increases aircraft maneuverability. Again, not really something at play here with a B-32 bomber. Uprated engine, which increases engine thrust, but decreases resistance to fire. Again, not all that useful for our aircraft. We don't need a ton of thrust. For our turrets, we went with advanced turret armor protection, which increases the gunner's resistance to injuries by 15% at the cost of minus 2.2 maximum speed with boost activated. It's okay to lose the boost there. I mean, I have had the turret gunner knocked out, and when, you know, a heavy fighter is chewing on you, boy, you really want that turret firing. Bonus characteristics: a plus 5% tolerance to damage from fire and plus 2% aircraft hit points. Your other options would have been turret gun laying drive, which would increase aiming speed in automatic mode, but at the cost of aircraft maneuverability. You could go with that, but you know, when I'm really getting shot at, I like to go to manual firing mode anyway, so I don't know that that's all that critical for my gameplay. A turret gun sight, which would increase range of fire in manual mode, but it would decrease the gunner's resistance to injuries. Now again, I've had a gunner, even with the increased resistance to injuries, I've had the gunner knocked out of commission. So, you know, I'd rather have the gunner firing and healthy rather than maybe have that little extra firing distance. But you know, you could go with it. You could, because I have equipped as a consumable the emergency medical kit, which heals a pilot or a gunner if they get injured. So that could offset that negative for the turret gun sight. So I would say turret gun sight, definitely an option there for you. Nothing wrong with going with that. Maybe in the even in the future, I might try it. Outboard weapon, went with advanced strengthened hardpoints, which increases plus 11 bomb reload speed, plus 11% rocket reload speed, but we don't have rockets, so who cares? But hey, that extra 11% on bomb reload speed is really nice. You really need that. So I think that's pretty darn critical. It does decrease aircraft speed by 4.2%. Both cruise speed and maximum speed with boost activated. Bonus characteristics, we've got a plus on the rockets, but who cares, we don't have rockets. But plus 1% maximum speed with boost activated, so that brings our maximum boost speed negative down to 3.2% instead of 4.2%. Other options would have been bomb sight, which bombing accuracy would be increased, but we would decrease our bomb reload speed, and I want those bombs back up as soon as possible. As it is, sometimes we're waiting to get bombs back up before we can get to the next location. And of course, rocket sight, we don't have rockets, so again, not going to do that. So really, strengthened hard points is your most viable option there. In terms of consumables, I already mentioned the emergency medical kit. In the engine slot, we went with emergency engine restart in case we get an engine knocked out. Emergency engine cooling, so we can, you know, get a little extra speed there if we do need it. So if our boost runs out trying to get to that next target, or maybe we've been shot down and we've respawn and we need to get to the back to the bombing as soon as possible, that can help. In terms of turrets, for ammunition, I went with special ammunition for turret gun, which increases maximum chance of the gunner inflicting critical damage. I do have some of those in the depot, although I'm down to one now. So, you know, you're perfectly fine there going with universal ammunition, which has increased chance of gunner inflicting critical damage as well. But, you know, I had it in the depot, so I went with the upgraded one. Outboard weapon, improved explosives, which increases the maximum radius of blast damage, which is recommended for bombers. So, you know, you have improved fragmentation, increases damage caused by bombs and rockets, or heavy warhead, maximum damage caused by bombs and rockets, recommended for attack aircraft, but we went with the improved explosives. In terms of pilot skills, we've got Captain Esmond Aguder here, a crack bomber pilot. And I went with Demolition Expert, which increases damage caused by bombs and rockets in their blast radius by 15%. That's a must. I don't know why you would ever, you know, not get that. Protection Expert increases the positive effect of the mounted equipment on aircraft durability and resistance to critical damage by 40%. So again, a must for this aircraft, I think. Kind of non-negotiable there. Went with additional fire resistance and Eagle Eye, just so we can see, you know, enemy aircraft from a distance sooner and maybe try to avoid them. In terms of our gunner, I went with my standard gunner skills, which include Armorer, which increases the burst length of a turret by 20%. Ballistics Expert, which increases the range of fire of a turret by 20%. Nice to have that extra range. And Precision Gunner, which I think is the coup de grace in gunner skills, which the gunner concentrates fire on the most vulnerable sections of the enemy aircraft, and that increases the chance of causing critical damage by guns. Significantly, it increases that chance. And I pretty much use that for all my gunners in terms of their build. Aircraft specifications, altitude. Your maximum optimal altitude is 2,400 meters. Typically, you want to be, you know, 2,000 meters and above just to try to stay away from the fighters coming up to get you. I mean, they're still going to come up after you, but at least if you're higher, you can avoid some of them. Its service ceiling is 4,200 meters. Rate of climb is 25 meters. Stall speed is 200 kilometers per hour. This aircraft will stall easily. So if you're going to climb, you've really got to do so gradually. And you know, average time to turn 360 degrees, about 30 seconds. So, you know, put your coffee in the pot and wait for it to percolate, and by the time it's done, you'll be turned. So, yeah. Optimal speed 462 kilometers per hour. Cruise speed is 300 kilometers per hour. Boost speed 525 kilometers per hour. Again, the boost duration 60 seconds. So that's very nice. Cumulative damage for bombs, 215,000 damage. So all of our bombs together, that's what they can do collectively. Resupplies in 71 seconds. So it's going to take you about a minute 11 seconds to get your bombs back up for the next sector that you're going to hit. course, for your armaments, you only have defensive armaments, and their cumulative damage is 480 damage per second. Optimal distance is 840 meters, which is, yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so let's take a look at our paint schemes. You're looking right now at my favorite paint scheme for this aircraft, which is desert. This is marine. Meh. A winter. And summer. Go back to desert, my favorite. And there is this one you can choose here, kind of a universal one. And it does have 5% increased aircraft experience, but when we go with the map specific paint schemes, you're going to get plus 20% concealment, which is nice. You really want to stay out of the fray. Plus 10% tolerance to damage from AA guns, super nice. Plus 5% tolerance to damage from gunners. So all really nice there. Alright, so that's my build for the B-32 bomber. Let's head into battle and see how she does. Alright, so we'll be flying our B-32 Bad to the Bone bomber over the Road to Rome Call of Duty map. Let's get a frontal look here. So I think what we'll do here is head over to this garrison, and then we'll head over to this other garrison. Just kind of work our way around clockwise.
Get ready for action. Let's go.
Alright, here we go. The 60-second boost. Start over here, work our way. Hopefully, yeah, let's see here. Let's see if we can get over to this middle target here. And then work our way here. All right.
Large enemy force spotted over the airfield.
Now we're out of bombs, so we'll not head too fast over to this other garrison because we need time for our bombs to repopulate there. Spawn. And it looks like the enemy is there working on that garrison as well. Okay, still don't have our bombs back. We'll go for that middle structure there. Come on, bombs. You can do it. Almost there. There we go. There we go. Got it. So at this point, we don't have anything to shoot at, drop bombs on, so we'll turn around here. And unfortunately they got the garrison. Our bombs are out anyway, so we'll head over to this other garrison. And hopefully by the time we get there we will have bombs again. Assuming we don't get chewed up by any aircraft. We got a heavy fighter there. Come on. Can't get to them. Well, we've almost got our bombs and we're still over this garrison over here, so let's head over here and see if we can drop our bombs before we lose it here. I don't know if we're gonna make it. Yeah, we didn't make it. Okay, so at this point, our spawn point is all the way over here. This garrison is locked, so we'll head to the airfield. That's about all we can do. It's a pretty dangerous place for us to be, though, of course. Okay, so we got the airfield, so that leaves this garrison over here. So, and it looks like it's able to be attacked at this point, so we'll work our way across that middle section there. Alright. There we go. Alright. Got some enemy aircraft coming in on us. Let's put those 50 cals to work. There we go. Very nice. And that helped us get the garrison. And now we're waiting for our bombs to respawn, and we've got this garrison over here that we're headed to now that is not too far from being taken, so hopefully by the time we get there we'll have our bombs back and we can finish it off for our team.
Hang in there. You'll soon be cut off from support. I say again, support will not be available.
Well, they really went into detail on that bomber, didn't they?
Near the airfield.
Alright, here we go. Getting our bombs back now. Excellent. So I think there's a good chance we're going to get this. Take this out first. If we can. We'll head over here.
You any longer. The storm is too heavy. Do you copy? Over. They've almost got us.
Love to get that structure there, but I don't know if we're going to be able to. So we'll come around here and get the far structure. There we go. Slow down. Try to get it. Come on. No. Couldn't do it. Oh, we're out of bombs anyway. So maybe we can take this aircraft out. Ah, no, they got us. Well, folks, that's it for us. We are out of it. That was past the squall line, so we are done. We did the best we could there. And unfortunately, our best is not going to be good enough. Destroyed 52 sections of ground targets, 250 capture points, 2 sectors captured. So, yeah, did what we could there. But in the end, there's only so much you can do, right? Got a, looking here at F2G, multi-roll. Yeah, don't dive into the ground. Beautiful aircraft, the F2G. Really enjoy it.
Turn back. The enemy force is too strong.
Okay, so unfortunately a defeat for the team, but I think the B-32 did its part there. #1 spot on the team, 1 chevron on the grade rank. Subjugator, effective fire, and rear cover for destroying an aerial target with turret fire. Those 50 cals do eat into things. But as you can see, the B-32 is vulnerable to those heavy fighters that come in. Okay, so 46 and change in currency, 23.95 in experience points, 119 in free experience points. Let's see here. 12 ground targets destroyed, 45,000 in damage to ground targets, took 2 sectors. 1 aerial target we shot down there. And again, they're #1 spot on the team. Let's see, were there any other bombers? It's a B-32 over here. It did 22,000 in damage. Probably a bot. And so yeah, wonderful aircraft there. Let's head into another battle and see how it does again. Okay, for our second battle in the B-32 Bat of the Bone Bomber, we'll be flying over the Albion Wings of War map. And we'll head over to the mining plant first. Obviously, we are ideally suited to deal with that. So we'll do that, and then maybe head over to their command center, which, you know, by that time, hopefully our bombs from having been used at the mining plant will be respawned, and we'll be able to attack the command center. Forward look there, the aircraft. Alright, and off we go to the plant, and we'll switch to bombing mode here. And we're going to take out that big plant there in the middle. The Holy Grail. And we've got that ground attack aircraft coming in, so they may put a dent in it as well. Okay, if we get that, there we go, at the sector, that's what we needed. Okay, so like I said, our bombs are out now, and they're going to start to respawn, and we're going to head over to their take the wide route here and we'll head over to their command center, and hopefully our bombs will be up by the time we get there. Hopefully they will not have taken the plant by the time we get there. Alright, so we're going to slow down here a little bit because if we get to there too soon, our bombs will not be ready. Well, they really go into detail with this aircraft, don't they? Isn't that awesome? Look at that detail. Alright, and our bombs are almost up, so let's go back into bombing mode here and do bad things to their command center. Okay. Speed up here a little bit. Now let's see if we can get this middle section here.
Be advised, the enemy is concentrating forces near the airfield.
Okay, out of bombs. So now we'll have to on our part there to get our bombs respawned. Alright, now we will head on, take the wide route here and head on to their garrison. We're here. Uh-oh. Come on. Boy, you saw how it ate up that heavy fighter, right? Fortunately, we're almost dead. Kind of ate us up too, but we're gonna have our bombs back, and hopefully we can get them off before we get destroyed by either anti-aircraft or air defense. Use our boost, our 60-second boost, to get over there as soon as possible. Alright, here we go. Get as much off as we can before we get destroyed there. Well, we did what we could there, but we did make some inroads in there. So we'll get back up to speed and head back over there, see what we can do. Almost got that garrison. So we'll speed over there, and by the time we get there, we should have our bombs back up.
Enemy bombers inbound. Don't let them reach their target.
I've got a plane over here. It's working on one of our friendlies. Maybe we can help it out if it comes in range. Got it. Come on, plane, get over there. We need so little. Ah, we got it. Alright, so
Way to go. Victory is below.
we're in good shape. So we'll head to their command center. to defend ourselves on the way. Pretty long way to go, and we've got some unfriendlies up here, including a heavy fighter.
I say again, support will not be available.
Come on, gotcha. Alright, in 2 seconds, the command center will be ready to be attacked, so... we'll rely on our automatic guns to do their thing. Alright.
There's a heavy storm here. Unable to proceed. Returning to base. Do you copy?
Shot down another enemy aircraft there. Taking some heat. Hopefully we can get our bombs off here. That should do it, I'm thinking. So there we go. We're out of bombs. Now, maybe we can take one of the... Ah, they got us. Alright, so we'll pass the squall line.
I'm proud of you,
But,
back home.
there we go. Victory, yay. Alright, so, Winged Legend. Conqueror, #1 spot on the team, 2 chevrons on the grade rank. Subjugator, Avalanche, let's see what else, effective fire, and rear cover. So head back here to the hangar. Take a look at the after action report. Okay, so 81,000 and change in currency, 4677 in experience points, 233 in free experience points, 1 token, that's always nice. And 14 ground targets destroyed for 72,863 in damage to ground targets. 3 sectors captured, 3 aerial targets destroyed. 13,930 personal points. So very good there. And let's see, were there any other bombers? One other bomber, a B-32, that did 24,000 and change in damage. So yeah, very good combat there for our B-32 bad to the bone bomber. Alright, well, if you get the B-32 Dominator at specialist level even, I hope you enjoy it as I have, and I hope you have great success in it.